Navigating the exquisite streets of Paris, France, with its rich tapestry of culture, cuisine, and history, is a dream for many travelers. But the City of Light, revered for its art, fashion, gastronomy, and culture, also holds some unwritten rules and etiquette that tourists often overlook. Join Viewcation as we present top things tourists should never do in Paris, France. Disregarding local customs. Disregarding local customs, particularly those related to greetings and politeness, is a common misstep made by tourists in Paris. Often, travelers might be accustomed to more casual forms of greeting and may overlook the importance the French place on formalities like saying bonjour or bonsoir, good evening, when entering a shop or addressing someone. This oversight might stem from unfamiliarity with the cultural emphasis placed on politeness in French society. Neglecting these etiquettes can sometimes be perceived as rudeness or disrespect by locals. To ensure positive interactions, make a conscious effort to use French greetings and always say merci, thank you, and s'il vous plaît, please. A little effort in adhering to these norms can significantly enhance the warmth and helpfulness in the responses you receive from locals. Speaking loudly in public places. Speaking loudly in public places, such as on the metro, in restaurants, or while strolling through neighborhoods, can be considered disrespectful and disruptive in Paris. Tourists might inadvertently engage in loud conversations or exclamations, driven perhaps by excitement or the casual conversational norms of their own cultures. However, Parisians tend to value discretion and considerate behavior in public spaces. To blend in and respect the local culture, maintain a moderate volume while conversing in public spaces, and be mindful of your auditory impact on the surrounding environment and people. Skipping the line. Skipping the line is a faux pas that can lead to stern reprimands and negative perceptions among Parisians, especially those from cultures where queuing might be more flexible, might underestimate the importance of patiently waiting in line in Paris. Whether it's at a museum entrance, bus stop, or in a store, bypassing the queue is often viewed as impolite and unfair. To avoid it, always be mindful of existing queues and patiently wait your turn. Ignoring dining etiquette. Ignoring dining etiquette in Paris can disrupt the traditional and often ceremonious French dining experience. Tourists might be unaware of specific dining norms, such as placing the bread on the table instead of the plate, or might approach meals with a hurried demeanor, contrasting the leisurely pace of French meals. This might stem from different dining cultures or the fast-paced dining often found in tourist-oriented establishments globally. To immerse yourself in the authentic French dining experience, take time to understand and observe local dining etiquette. Enjoy your meals at a relaxed pace, engage in conversations, and embrace the culinary journey offered by the French cuisine, ensuring a respectful, enriching dining experience. Being impatient. Impatience, especially in eateries or while waiting for services, can be perceived as rude or disrespectful in Paris. Tourists might exhibit impatience due to cultural differences or a tightly packed travel itinerary that doesn't allot enough time for relaxed meals. Demonstrating impatience, such as repeatedly checking a watch or trying to rush services, can result in strained interactions with locals. To avoid it, allocate ample time for meals and activities, embracing the slower pace as an opportunity to savor experiences more deeply. Over-relying on taxis. Over-relying on taxis for transportation in Paris can result in unnecessary expenses and potentially limit your experience of the city. Tourists might opt for taxis due to the convenience and familiarity of private transport, especially if they're unsure about navigating public transportation. But Paris boasts an extensive and efficient public transport system that provides a cost-effective and immersive way to explore the city. To avoid excessive transport costs and gain a more authentic experience of Paris, utilize the metro, buses, and even explore on foot. Familiarize yourself with public transport routes and consider purchasing a travel card for unlimited rides within specific zones. Avoiding lesser-known attractions. Focusing solely on well-known tourist spots and neglecting lesser-known attractions can limit the depth and variety of your Parisian experience. Tourists might gravitate towards famous landmarks due to their global recognition and the desire to visit renowned sites. But this often means missing out on hidden gems and local favorites that provide unique and authentic experiences. To broaden your horizons, research and explore lesser-known attractions, neighborhoods, and eateries. Engage with locals to discover their recommendations and be open to exploring beyond the typical tourist path. Feeding the pigeons. Feeding pigeons, especially in areas like public squares or near landmarks, might seem like a harmless or even enjoyable activity to some tourists. This action might stem from a desire to engage with the environment or mimic scenes from popular culture. But in many parts of Paris, feeding pigeons is discouraged or even illegal due to the mess and potential damage caused by large bird populations. To respect local regulations and environments, refrain from feeding the birds or other wildlife during your visit. Taking unauthorized photos. Taking unauthorized photos, particularly in museums, churches, or of private property, can be considered disrespectful and also may violate local regulations. Tourists might take photos to preserve memories or share experiences, sometimes without considering the appropriateness or legality of doing so. So always check and adhere to photography rules in every location. Look out for signs indicating whether photography is permitted, not to disrupt the experiences of others. Using cell phones in inappropriate situations. The use of cell phones in certain situations, such as during meals, in quiet public spaces, or in conversation, can be perceived as impolite or disrespectful in Paris. Tourists might habitually use their phones to capture moments, navigate the city, or stay connected with social circles, sometimes overlooking the social nuances of when it's appropriate. To respect Parisian social norms, be mindful of your cell phone usage, especially in social or public situations. Engage fully in conversations, savor moments without digital distraction, and be considerate of your surroundings and companions to ensure a respectful and immersive Parisian experience. Wearing inappropriate attire. Wearing inappropriate or overly casual attire in certain venues or districts in Paris might be frowned upon, as the city is renowned for its fashion consciousness and sometimes formal dress codes. Tourists might opt for comfort or practicality over style, potentially overlooking the subtle social expectations related to attire in various settings. To blend in seamlessly into the Parisian scene, research and observe local fashion norms and consider elevating your attire, especially when visiting upscale restaurants, attending shows, or exploring certain districts. Neglecting pedestrian rules. Neglecting pedestrian rules, such as waiting for traffic lights or avoiding jaywalking, can be dangerous and is frowned upon in Paris. Tourists might neglect these rules due to impatience, distraction, or differing traffic norms in their home country. This can lead to unsafe situations and demonstrate a lack of respect for local norms and safety. Always observe and follow pedestrian signals, utilize designated crossing paths, and remain vigilant and respectful of traffic and other pedestrians while exploring the enchanting streets of Paris. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you planning to visit Paris anytime soon? Let us know in the comments section below.